Jim, I was, I fell in love with the movies down here in South Georgia. My daddy had a fruit stand and ice cream parlor, and my mom would take me to the movies when I was 5 years old anyway. I fell in love with the movies. I wanted to be a cowboy, and then Tarzan came along. I wanted to be Tarzan. So I guess I wanted to be I thought I wanted to be a cowboy, and then I wanted to be a jungle man and whatever, and I grew up in anyway. I went to school, so and I went to Atlanta when I graduated from Georgia, and this guy asked me to be a football player. He said, "You play football, didn't you?" I said, "Yeah. I played college ball a little bit in high school, and we won state champion." He said, "I need a football player drinking a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
We're going to put it on the back of the Georgia Tech football program." And I said, "Oh, I don't know anything about that." And old Frank says, "Hey, man, you can do it." He was my neighbor in Atlanta, Georgia. He lived right next to me on Peachtree Hills Avenue. And I said, "Well, I'll try," And he said, "You can do it, and it won't take me about an hour and a half, and I'll pay you $25." And I said, "Oh, I'll try."
Yeah.
So anyway, I did that, and that's how I got into acting a little bit. I know modeling. If you tell the director that you were a model, they won't hire you because they don't think models can talk. And but anyway, and I started doing little parts in the paper and magazines and just print jobs, Jim.
Yeah.
And anyway, about 5 years later, I was asked to be in a commercial.
Yeah.
And I got they sent me to New York. I got my Screen Actors Guild card and my AFTRA card, my union card,
Yeah.
So anyway, I came back and I got me an agent in Atlanta Models and Talent, and so they called me once in a while. And the first job I ever got, they called about 13 people, then they lined them up against the wall, and says the writer, director, producer of this says, you, and you. And I was one of the yous. Anyway, that was my first movie. We did, I was in a movie called 16, Like a Crow and a June Bug, and they changed it to 16 later on. But anyway, I had a little part with Mercedes McCambridge, who gave Frank Sinatra his Oscar when he won. And I'm glad I didn't know who it was I was working with, because I'd been nervous to death,
Yeah.
But anyway, Jim, I was overnight success in about 20 years, to be frank with you. I did a lot of little parts in unknown movies, and some of them, the second movie I was in with Rip Torn, I had a little part with him called Payday with Rip Torn, and I was assistant district attorney. I can't even say it. But anyway, little parts in the movie, little bit parts, and so in 1978, I read for the part of Enos in Atlanta, Georgia. I'd moved back to Valdosta by then. My daddy had passed away, and I was taking care of my mama, and I was 250 miles away, south of Atlanta. And I came up and read for the Dukes of Hazzard, and I read it as a mean cop, a mean policeman, And he said, "Boy," Phil Mandoco was the guy's name, who was interviewing me for the Dukes of Hazzard of Enos, and he said, "Boy, you took all the fun out of that, didn't you?" I said, "Well, I'm sorry, Phil, that's where it goes." And I started to leave, and he said, "Well, wait a minute, we'll tape this I had enough sense to change it, and it was a scene where they were Bo and Luke, and I said, Bo, first time I said, Bo, I said, the sheriff's guy, Boss Hart's going to get y'all, he's going to frame y'all and put y'all onto the jail, so you better straighten up and quit running moonshine and stuff like that, you know. And I said it real mean, you know, and that's when he said I took all the fun out of it, and I played it as a mean guy, you know, and when I did it the second time, I said, Bo, I said, you and Luke, y'all better straighten up. I'm going to tell Uncle Jesse on y'all, and he's gonna get on to you real bad, so y'all better straighten up, you know. And I kind of laughed, you know. And anyway, 3 months later, they called me, and I was doing a movie with Muhammad Ali down in Natchez, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And they called me, my agent called me and said, I had the part of Enos as Dukes of Hazzard. And I said, well, golly. I said, I'm doing a job right now. And I said, I can't leave this. I don't know if it's going to be a day or a week or 2 weeks. I said, I'm on a job. I can't leave it. She said, okay, we're going to have to get somebody else or something, you know. But anyway, they called a production manager, and they worked it out, and they let me go about a week later.
Yeah.
And I played a bad guy. Anyway, I met Muhammad Ali. That was worth it, man. I really enjoyed meeting Muhammad. He was a great man. I didn't know if I'd like him or not with his big mouth, but he's not like that. He's smart guy. He was a smart guy.
Yeah, and I suppose, Sonny, the character Enos that you played, he was sort of a lovable guy, very innocent, very naive and such. He was easily duped by the Dukes, especially Daisy had him around her little finger, and playing that sort of a role where you on screen where you're trying to be a nice, friendly sort of a guy with the humour and banter, and then you're taking the stick from Roscoe and Boss Hogg, and you're the sort of lovable fool. And how do you feel that the Enos was to play? What type of character do you think Enos was?
Well, you know, when I did that, when I changed it from a bad guy to a good guy, or to a, you know, kind of a more or less like my personality. I like everybody, and I think I'd rather smile than frown, you know. Anyway, I just think the guy was, they didn't tell me a whole lot about him, to tell you the truth. I just thought he was a simple, fun-loving guy, but he believed in right and wrong, and, anyway, it just came natural, I guess. I guess believing, you know, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I was taught that by my mom and daddy, and I didn't have no brothers and sisters, so I got all that love, you know. Anyway, brother, and so I just based it on the golden rule, and it worked out. Sometimes I didn't, you know, I was caught in the middle of Mr. Hogg and Sheriff Roscoe. When I'd overhear the plot, I'd kind of say, now that ain't right, Mr. Hogg, you know, Mr. Sheriff Roscoe. And I was like a little kid saying, Mom and Daddy, y'all don't fight or something, you know, just kind of keeping them straight. But it was kind of hard, because sometimes when I came back to the Dukes of Hazzard, I had my own show the second season. Got Waldron offered me my own show, and after we settled in, and I figured out I could come back to the Dukes of Hazzard if my show, the Enos show, didn't go. Then I agreed that I would do it.